Hello students, we are going to see about classification and prediction. In the information industry, huge amount of data are available. The data is of no use unless it is converted into useful information. It is necessary to analyze this large amount of data and extract useful information from it. Extracting information is not the only process we need to perform. Data mining also involves other processes such as cleaning, integration, transformation, mining, pattern evaluation and presentation. Once all of these have been done, we can use this information in many applications such as fraud detection, market analysis, production control, science exploration. Data mining has three major components such as clustering or classification, association rules and sequence analysis. By simple definition, classification or clustering analyze a set of test data and generate a set of class labels which can be used to classify future data. To repeat, data mining is the process to extract information from a data set and transform it into an understandable structure. Classification is a data mining technique used to predict group membership for data instances. To predict the future data trends and to extract models that describe important classes, two forms of data analysis are available. They are classification and prediction. Categorical class labels are used to predict classification models and continuous valued functions are used to predict prediction models. For example, we can build a classification model to categorize the employee profile as eligible or not eligible for a project, or a prediction model to predict the expenditures of potential customers on computer equipment given their income and occupation. Now we will see what is classification. Classification is a data mining function that assigns items to a collection to target categories or classes. The goal of classification is to accurately predict the target class for each case in the data. Structured or unstructured data can be classified using classification. It is a technique through which the data are categorized as number of classes. The main aim of a classification problem is to identify to which category the new data falls under. Example for classification can be as a bank loan officer wants to analyze the data in order to know which customers, that is loan applicants, are risky or which are safe. Another example, a marketing manager at a company who needs to analyze a customer with a given profile who will buy a new computer. In the above examples, to predict the categorical labels, a model or classifier is constructed. The labels are risky or safe for loan application data and yes or no for marketing data. Now we will see what is prediction. Prediction in data mining is to identify data points purely on the description of another related data value. It is not necessarily related to future events, but the used variables are unknown. The prediction in data mining is known as numeric prediction. Generally, regression analysis is used for prediction. An example for prediction under data analysis task is to predict how much a given customer will spend during a sale in a company. In this example, we should predict a numerical value. For a numerical prediction, the data analysis task suits well. To predict a continuous valued function or ordered value, a model or a predictor is constructed. Statistical methodology that is most often used for numeric prediction is regression analysis. Now we will see how classification works. Let us understand the working of classification by considering the bank loan application we have discussed earlier. It includes two steps. First, building the classifier or model, and second, using the classifier for classification. First one, building the classifier or model. A classifier is built using classification algorithms. From the training set made up of database tuples and their associated class labels, the classifier is built. Each tuple that composes the training set is referred to as a category or class. These tuples can also be referred to as sample, object or data points. This is given in the picture. The second step is using the classifier for classification. In the second step, the classifier is used for classification. The accuracy of classification rules can be estimated using test data. Those rules can be applied to the new data tuples if the accuracy is considered acceptable. Next, we will see about the classification and prediction issues. Preparing the data for classification and prediction is itself a greater issue. It has the following activities: data cleaning. The noise and missing values should be removed. Smoothing techniques are used to remove noise and the missing values are to be replaced with the most commonly occurring value for that attribute. Relevance analysis. Relevant attributes are there in the database. Any two attributes that are related to one another should be found using correlation analysis. The next one is data transformation and reduction. The following methods are used to transform the data. First one, normalization. It involves scaling all values for the given attribute in order to make them fall within a small specified range. Normalization is used when it is in the learning step. Next one is generalization. The data can also be transformed by generalizing it to the higher concept. For this purpose, we will use the concept of hierarchies. Other methods such as wavelet transformation, histogram analysis and clustering can be used to reduce the data. Now, we will see the comparison of classification and prediction methods. Classification and prediction can be compared under the following criteria. First one, accuracy. It refers to the ability of the classifier. The class labels should be predicted correctly and also the predictor should predict the attributes for a new data accurately. Second one is speed. It refers to the computational cost in generating and using the classifier or predictor. Third one is robustness. It refers to the ability of classifier or predictor to make correct predictions even from a given noisy data. Next one is scalability. It refers to constructing the classifier and predictor efficiently from a large amount of data. Next is interpretability. It refers to the extent to which the classifier or predictor understands. Now, we will see about machine learning classification. The major terminology used in machine learning are: first one is a classifier. Mapping input data to a specific category is called a classifier. Next one, classification model. To draw some conclusion from the input values given for training and predict the class labels or categories for the new data. The next terminology we will see is feature. A feature is an individual measurable property of a category being observed. Next one is binary classification. Only two outcomes are possible. Example, gender classification being male or female. The next feature is multi-class classification. Classification with more than two classes. In this type of classification, each test data is assigned to only one of the target class labels. Example, a bird can be a sparrow or pigeon, but not both at the same time. The next feature is multi-label classification. Mapping each test data to a set of target class labels, that is, it can belong to more than one class. Example, a news article can be about sports, a person and location at the same time. Now, we will see the steps to be involved in building a classification model. First step is initialization. Initialize the classifier to be used. The second one is training. Train the classifier using training data. It is done by fit A, B method for the given data A and label B. It is also called fitting the model. The next step is prediction. Predict the target given an unlabeled observation A given by predict of A. It returns the predicted label B. Last step is evaluation. Evaluate the classifier model. There are various classification algorithms. Classification techniques include logistic regression, naive Bayes, stochastic gradient descent, k-nearest neighbors, decision tree, random forest and support vector machine. We will see them in detail. First one is logistic regression. Logistic regression is a machine learning algorithm for classification. In this algorithm, the probabilities will be describing the possible outcomes of a single trial modeled using a logistic function. Advantages of this method is it is designed for the purpose of classification and is used to understand the influence of several independent variables on a single outcome variable. Disadvantage being it works only on binary variable. It assumes all predictors are not related to each other and assumes data is free of missing values. The second method is naive Bayes. Naive Bayes algorithm is based on Bayes' theorem with the assumption of independence between every pair of features. Naive Bayes classifier works well in many real-world situations such as document classification and spam filtering. Advantage of this method is a small amount of test data is required to estimate the necessary parameters. Naive Bayes classifiers are extremely fast compared to other methods. Disadvantage is that it is a bad estimator. The next method is stochastic gradient descent. Stochastic gradient descent is a simple and very efficient approach to fit linear models. It is particularly useful when the number of samples is very large. It supports different loss functions and penalties for classification. Advantages are efficient and easy to implement, whereas the disadvantages are it is sensitive to feature scaling and requires a number of hyperparameters. The next method is k-nearest neighbors. K-nearest neighbors based classification is a type of lazy learning as it does not attempt to construct a general internal model but simply stores instances of the training data. Classification is computed from a simple majority vote of the k nearest neighbors of each point. Advantages are implementation is very simple, error-free to noisy training data and much more effective on large set of training data. Disadvantages are computational cost is very high as it needs to compute the distance of each instance to all the training samples. The fifth method is decision tree. Given a set of attributes together with its classes, a decision tree produces a sequence of rules that can be used to classify the data. Advantages of decision tree are it is simple to understand and visualize. Little data preparation is required and it can handle both numerical and categorical data. Disadvantages are it can create complex trees that do not generalize well and cannot be stable because slight variation in the data might result in a completely different tree being generated. The sixth method is random forest. Random forest classifier is a meta-estimator that fits a number of decision trees on various subsamples of data sets and uses average to improve the predictive accuracy of the model and controls overfitting. The subsample size is always the same as the original input sample size, but the samples are drawn with replacement. Advantages of this method is when compared to decision trees, in most cases classifier is more accurate in random forest classification. It reduces issues of overfitting also. Disadvantages: it is slow in real time prediction, Implementation is difficult and complex. The last method is support vector machine. Support vector machine is a representation of the training data as points in space separated into categories by a clear gap that is as wide as possible. New examples are then mapped into that same space and predicted to belong to a category based on which side of the gap they fall. Advantage of this method is in high dimensional spaces it is very effective and use a subset of training points, and it is also memory efficient. Disadvantages being the probability estimates can be calculated using a 5-fold cross validation, which is very expensive. Now, to conclude, to predict the future data trends and to extract models that describe important classes, two forms of data analysis are available, namely classification and prediction. Categorical class labels called targets are used to predict classification models, and continuous valued functions are used to predict prediction models. There are various classification algorithms. Structured or unstructured data can be classified under classification. It is a technique through which the data are categorized as number of classes. The main aim of a classification problem is to identify to which category the new data falls under. Thank you, students.